Hey stars, and welcome back to Just Fizzstah. I usually get messages from people who have just been diagnosed, or a relative, friend, partner also has just been diagnosed, and I thought I'd do a video. Just diagnosed, question mark. So here would be my advice when you have just been diagnosed, what you should do, what you should ask, what you shouldn't do. So my first thing I would say is don't panic. Initially, they've probably identified have an autoimmune disease of some sort and not been specific. So you go on Google and you start researching, and you never find anything good. So a lot of people have asked me, what should I do? I think my boyfriend's gonna die, my dad's gonna die, everyone's gonna die, but I would hope it's not imminent just because you've received this diagnosis. Diagnosis is not necessarily a death sentence. Obviously, it depends on how severe you are, if you've got any complications, etc., etc. This is why I'm saying don't panic, because until you have all this information, you really won't know, and you probably stressing yourself is not going to make anything any better. Do your research, but don't believe everything you read, because in my experience, I have found that autoimmune diseases are so complex, they affect everyone so differently. Like, I would just say rheumatologists are amazing because it's just, everyone is just so different. They have symptoms to different extremes. Some symptoms aren't even present in some people that have conditions. Like me, I don't experience fevers. I don't have photosensitivity. I don't have any of that. But you still need to try and prepare yourself. So it's very, very important to find the balance of researching about a condition, but being aware not everything may apply to you. I'd also say try and get in touch with people that have similar illnesses to you. Like, I never get annoyed when people reach out to me because I know it's a very scary time, you're feeling horrible. You just want to know, like, speak to someone who's had a similar experience, because especially with some of these conditions, them being so rare, it's hard to, speak to someone that's actually gone through it. There's Facebook groups, Twitter hashtags, YouTube videos, etc., etc. So find someone to talk to. I would also say ask questions. Don't be scared to ask questions. Ask your doctor, like, so what do you think I have? Obviously, you don't know yet because you haven't probably not been through all the diagnostic tests, because it takes you a long time to get here. You gotta have loads of blood tests, scans, biopsies, the works before you get a definitive diagnosis. And even then, some people still don't get definitive diagnoses. So ask your doctor questions. I say always prepare beforehand. Whenever I have an appointment, I take with me a list of questions, a list of symptoms. Bring a list. I'm very technological, so I have everything on my phone. But if you are more paper and pen type of person, write it down in a notebook and take your notebook with you. That is fine. I would also say don't let other people belittle you. A lot of people will say, oh, well, when you find out it is an autoimmune disease or any kind of chronic illness, oh, at least it isn't cancer. That is not a helpful comment in any shape or form. Like, there's always going to be someone worse off for you than you, and there's always going to be someone better off than you. But that doesn't, invalidate your feelings. That doesn't make you make it any easier to deal with or stop it from affecting you for the rest of your life. So don't let other people's negativity pull you down. You've already got enough to deal with. So that's why I'd say it's so important to get in touch with people that understand what you're going through. Then I would also say push for treatment. I know a lot of people don't want to take medication and stuff, but usually when you're first diagnosed, you are suffering quite badly. And I would advocate for taking the treatment initially, just to get your symptoms under control. Then you can wean yourself off the medication if that's what you feel you should do. But I know how I felt when I was first diagnosed, and I just would take anything to make it stop. Obviously, steroids is not the best to be on long term, and you get gifted of the developed chins and all sorts of things. But I can function. I'm not tired all the time. I can dress myself. I can brush my teeth. I can brush my hair. I can walk for more than 5 minutes. All of these things would not be possible without steroids. So, and my azathioprine, which is really, you know, low dose chemotherapy, and that probably is not the best for me either. But without these drugs, I wouldn't be able to live any sort of normal life, and I would never want to go back to where I was at the beginning of this journey. So don't feel guilty for taking the medication. You can always start weaning yourself off, but I think it's most important to get your condition under control. So those are my main bits of advice. I hope this helps anyone that's initially being diagnosed. If you have got mixed connective tissue disease, polymyositis, lupus, anything like that, feel free to contact me. My information is down below, but please remember, I'm not a medical professional. I can't give you information based on your, you know, your condition. Your experience may be different from mine, but I can empathize with you and let you know what worked for me, what I have experienced, and I don't know, that could help you, may or may not be able to help you. But I'm not a doctor, and I just have to make that very, very clear. So as always, thank you for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up. Leave any comments and advice you have down below, and I'll see you lovely stars in my next video. Bye guys.